Welcome to my nightmare.
Hey, alright, welcome back, my fellow spooky folks. It's the Man of Horror, the future 2023 Face of Horror winner, Trey Ryan. This is Man of Horror, my horror pod where I talk all things scary. Today, I'm joined by my lovely friend, Brienne. She's my frequent collaborator in this. And we are going to be reviewing and rating The Boogeyman. Let's get into it.
It is time to keep your appointment with the Wicker Man.
Yeah, it wasn't a bad movie. It kept me engaged in it. I just wish the kill count was a little higher.
Yeah.
That was my biggest takeaway from the movie. It wasn't bad at all. The girl kind of annoyed me at first in the beginning, at the beginning of the movie, but she grew on me a little bit.
Yeah.
Them not believing the little girl.
Yeah. But do they ever believe the child?
Mm-hmm.
First off, I don't know if you know, it's a Stephen King book.
No, I didn't even know.
Yeah, so it's a Stephen King adaptation.
Yes, the fuck I did.
Yeah.
I scrolled past the Boogeyman in Audible before.
Yep. So it's a Stephen King adaptation, and that's what he does with his writing. His writing is very metaphorical of I think The Shining, for example, was like about isolation. And you know what I'm saying, how that can, and you think the family is isolated in the middle of nowhere, you lose your mind sometimes. It's so long, because I think he, when he was writing that book, actually, he was at a hotel by himself for a long time and just losing your mind. Or what's another one that's what's another? I'm trying to think. There was another one that was just kind of a metaphor for addiction, but just that's the point overall. That's his writing. So it's with this one, that's kind of what it was like, and it showed the different ages, because you figure the little girl was going through it, the teenage girl was going through it, and then the dad was going through it, different.
It seems like no matter how young you are, if you're young, older people blow you off.
Which is wild as fuck to me.
Her dad is a therapist.
Yeah.
She's trying to talk to her dad.
It wasn't helping.
And he literally is like, oh, just tell your therapist. She's trying to
excuse
talk
me?
to you, her father, because you knew her mother.
Yeah.
You were there to help raise
But
this
he
little
was
girl
going
with her
through his
mom.
own shit and was trying to avoid even having a conversation about it.
I thought that was so fucking wild.
But with that, it's just, again, that's the point. It's just a whole fucking metaphor for trauma and how it can affect generations. Or you know what I'm saying? And in that way, it felt a lot like the movie The Babadook. I don't know if you saw that one. So it's the mom who her husband passed and her son is autistic, and she's trying to handle him while also handle her trauma, and it manifests this they find this book or whatever. It's a scary movie book that's just talk about if you let the Babadook in, it'll stay and all this stuff. And it's just depression. And yeah, throughout the movie they start getting terrorized by this thing, and she eventually lets it in and tries to kill her son. And it's and he has to remind her I'm your son, mommy, you love me. Even though he is so fucking much to handle, but that's the point. There's moments in the movie he's just screaming, while she's driving. So with this though, I have to say it was actually scary at some points. I legit jumped about a good 2-3 times actually. It was a lot of what the fuck moments, and just to even start off with that, the opening scene.
Okay, yes, definitely. The opening scene, okay, crying baby, and I'm thinking at some point a parent.
Somebody's gonna run it. I'm waiting. I'm praying. I'm so where is the
mom,
parent? Dad?
And then
older
you hear
sibling? I'll go grab
growling it's your dad. I'm that ain't her fucking daddy.
Oh yeah, because the way it said it was calm down, it's me. And then it straightened up for a second, and then by the time it ended the sentence, got back. It was kind of in and out of this demonic ass growl, and I'm just yo, nope, please. And then I'm glad they didn't show it. I don't know if I could take baby death like that.
No, I can't. No.
But the blood splatter was more the immediate stopping sound of the baby and the crying and the blood splatter.
The quietness was so loud.
Oh. But even just then, I love, so this one I have to say had a lot of good angles too. and just the opening of just like rotating around the room and seeing the different shadows, seeing where the baby is, and then it's just finally like, oh, just stop. All right, let's stop on these pictures and blood splatter. No more crying baby. Like, fuck.
And the thing was, so after that, the opening scene closes, and then it goes to them, the girl, the daughter, the older daughter, getting ready for school. She looks like she's in like an art studio. She's going through a closet. You can tell it's like on some somber-y.
Yeah,
it's like real somber feeling. Like you can tell she's going through her mom's closet, but we don't know mom's dead. But you can kind of get the vibe.
Yeah, you get the feel, because I will say too, that's another part real quick, that it's throughout the movie, it's a very ominous, like creepy feel just throughout, of just like just eeriness, like that worked out. But yeah, and then she decides to get the dress, her mom's dress and shit, wears that to school, and we meet her fucked up friends.
Oh, but before we even get to the daughter, you know what? It opens with the father seeing a client at the house.
Oh, yeah.
I forgot about that for a second.
Yeah.
And it was funny. The guy I was watching the movie with, he was like, "Why would he see somebody at the house?" I said, "You'd be surprised at how many a lot of people have a specific room in the house.
That's their therapy room."
Yeah, that and if you notice, like where his door was, there was a door immediately outside, right out of that. So it's not like in the house. In the house, they come probably through the backyard or the side of the house or something. So
it's very much like American Horror Story, like the first season.
So yeah, so I'm like, all right. And then like when he goes to close the door and that man is standing there, I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah, yeah. I was like, hold on.
But then so like you said, we see the girl. She gets dressed. She wears the mom's dress to school. He drops her off. She puts her headphones in, and like that not montage, but that slow walk, and then everyone's staring at you.
Yeah.
Whispering, and everyone, I'm sorry. Sorry about your mom.
Yeah.
So you can tell it's like her first day back to school after whatever happened. Yeah. We don't get a real gist of the time frame though about like from when
but it's clearly like recent enough for people to be like,
I'm sorry,
talking about it, and yeah.
And like you said, we meet her friend. And she seems the girl seems friendly. Her actual friend. She they're talking, and then
that other bitch.
The mean chicks roll up.
Like, and this is how she talks.
Was so fucking rude.
Yeah. I wanted to slap the shit out of her. And then it spilled the ice when she got the ice cream on the dress, and laughed
at her.
I would have dived on that bitch. Like, no, it's over. What?
After just telling her to get over it.
Yeah, like literally.
Or like, oh, I'm just trying to help you move on.
Having these like shady comments like, oh, I guess you can pull off that dress. Like, bitch, what? Who you? Excuse me.
She just came back after her mom died, and this is how you're treating her.
Like, I can't.
You could literally just not say anything if you do not like her. Cool.
And I just have to say, since we already talked about her, she should have got it. Like, I'm so mad.
Oh, she definitely should have got it hit.
That she didn't get taken, because I just knew, it's always the hateable character that we get.
They usually get something done to them where you be like, yes.
We couldn't get that this time. I was like, oh fuck. But yeah, so yeah, she goes back home, and at this point, the client is talking to the dad or whatever, and just getting progressively creepier by the second. Like,
okay, right. So he comes, like, that's when we see he lets the other client out, and then you or whatever happens, you see the man standing in the door when he closes the door.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because he was talking. He said something like, he said some shit. Like, he showed him the picture of the monster and was like, yeah, it got my kids or whatever, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it triggered the guy. He was like, okay, I'll be right back. And went to go call the police, like, hey. But as he's doing that, the daughter comes home, and before that, they show the man going up the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
And, now we see her come out of her room, taking her clothes. And she's
my
like,
thing was, how fast did he move? So, right, like, so she's at the washing machine. She's putting the dress in there or whatever. And it's in the hallway. Yeah. But he's standing at the end of the hallway at that point. How she doesn't feel his presence or even catch it out her peripheral is mind-blowing to me.
Yeah, because I would have been
because you catch something moving about when when you're about to walk into your room.
Yeah, like immediately peripheral. I don't know. Maybe everybody don't need to use their peripheral vision. Maybe like I know mine should be on point. I'm like,
cause look, my hair be in my peripheral vision sometimes,
Man.
and I'm quick to turn around like, what's that?
What the fuck is it?
You ain't about to can't let you get the drop on me. I gotta
Yeah,
turn around.
like for real. Maybe that's a black people survival thing. I don't know.
Right, but she
Anyway.
said she hears like this kicking noise or this thumping sound or whatever, and she goes to investigate like the white.
And it looked like it was blood at first, right? Oh, because my next point after this pissed me off. But first, yeah. So then, like, you know, it's like looks like blood coming from under the door. She opens it up and it's like paint. It's her mom's paint and all that stuff. And then there's a closet and there's still that sound, the thumping noise. And she go to check it. And
well, she don't even hear the thumping sound once she comes in and it's quiet. And that's when she noticed the whole room is trashed.
Yeah.
The painting of all of them that her mom had did in the particular yellow dress she was wearing had been slashed up and it was on the ground, and she's looking at it crying, and that's when the thumping starts again. And she looks at the door.
She grabbed like
a
box cutter or something.
X-Acto knives, or like like a small, very nose blades are very sharp.
Dad, start calling out names and shit. The girl.
So she gets closer to the door, and as she opens it up, Dad comes behind her, like, and covers her eyes, but she done already seen the dead man.
Well, yeah, because when she walked in, I loved it. That was another good shot. When she walked in and the door kind of closed a little bit, you saw his body swung, and she didn't see it yet until she turned around.
Yeah.
And it was like, oh shit. Like it was a really good shot. So then, like after that, whatever.
It's the bus scene with the little girl coming home.
That was funny.
This is how I know kids are mean, and they learn it from their families. Because the little girl, they're like, "Oh shit, is that your house?" She's like, "Your dad's not dead too."
Like,
is he?
I hope not, bitch. Excuse me.
I don't know. I'm here with you, bitch. But that's some fucked up ass shit to say to me. And she's like, all over
looks like your daddy's gone too. Might as well have just said that. Like, Jesus.
Fuck. I was literally like, and maybe because I love my parents and my sister, I'm just thinking like that is some wild ass shit to say to somebody that you know has lost somebody so soon.
So then, after that, you know, they talk police, all that part. Not too much happens here, but the next part is the part I want to talk about that annoyed the hell out of me. It's always a teenage white girl trying to contact her mom after she dies.
Screaming. Because, yes, that's exactly what I thought.
Girl, if you don't leave mama be, if she want to visit you, she will. You leave her the fuck alone.
And it's not going to be your mama.
It is literally never your mom. Like that's the one, because, and I think it's just because of the you know, the love of that, of like how bad you want it to be, that a spirit can feel that. Like, ooh.
They can feel that vulnerability. They know you'll unlock it. Like, I'll pretend to be it so I can get what I want out of this.
It's me. It's mother. Like, no, it ain't. Wait a minute, bitch. Hold on. Like, and it's all literally trying, like, and then they always look up some random, like, it's never going to, and maybe there's a few instances, because I think about Insidious, I believe 3, where she went to the psychic first, and the psychic said, nah. But they always go look up some rinky-dink fucking spell online, or like find a random ass spell book that they don't fully understand. And it's like, why y'all playing with this shit? You are not giving it the proper respect. If you're trying to summon your mama, you might want to, like, I need to make sure I'm doing all the right.
And it's funny, because I thought at that point, I'm like, since the thing kind of followed him there, it must be in the house. I'm like, is it gonna bend it? Because she's sitting in the dark. I'm like,
okay. It definitely was about to get her.
You know what? We should go back to when he first meets the man. He comes and tells him, like, it comes when you're not paying attention to your kids. It comes when you're like a lot of grief and trauma. He's like, So he's like, what happened to the first baby? You know, he was like, well, the first baby that died of SIDS. He was like, well, I don't think so. And then the other two died within some sort of short time span. I can't remember the time span. And he's like, everyone thinks I did it, but I didn't. And like you said, when he passed him the picture of it, he looking like,
you're so crazy as hell. Let me go ahead and call the police.
And granted, he's like all sweaty looking.
Yeah.
He looks disheveled. He does look
like he hadn't slept in
on
days.
some level.
Like, yeah.
So I'm like, I was uncomfortable. Like, again, because he just walked into this man's house.
Yeah.
He like, I don't know who to talk to. You know, the police tell me I can't come there because I've committed no crime. I can't go to a priest because I'm not Catholic. So I figured, hey, he was my best fucking shot. And then, like you said, he walks out after he gets the picture, and he goes and calls the police. And his peripheral vision don't work because how you don't know this man walking around your house now? Like,
also, why don't you have eyes on him? If you think he's dangerous, you ain't trying to. I make sure I'm peeking another one. Like, hello?
What's you need anything? You need some water or something? Like nothing. Your back was to your house. But, and you were in the corner.
Again, like he said, it comes when you ain't paying attention to your kids. Because your daughter just came home too. You ain't noticed that your daughter ran in the fucking house, or didn't hear her or anything. Hello. Ooh, parenting must be nice, huh?
Okay.
You gotta worry about shit. Not even your kids.
So the night after he kills himself is when the little girl sees him.
Yeah.
Because she he tucking her in for bed.
That under the bed scene, baby. Whoa, that shit. And it was in the trailer too, but it still hit. It still hit perfect. Like, did you make sure you check under the bed? He like, nah, girl. I didn't even like. Fuck, I'll just check. In the closet. I didn't say shit about the closet.
So he did check. He checked under the bed, and then she said, "So can you check the closet too?" And he's like, at that point, he's like annoyed by it now. You can tell, like, girl, ain't no fucking monsters. This shit ain't real. Like, he's giving that energy, and I'm just thinking, like, she clearly scared, nigga. It's a man that just committed suicide in your house earlier
at least
that
understand
day.
that
She just lost her mama. She is scared, and this is how you reacting to this like little girl. She's like, hey, and he reluctantly goes and turns on the closet, he looks around, nothing's in there. Turns on the light, turns it off. Then he leaves her room, turns the light off, closes the door. And she's still just looking at that closet like, yeah, the fuck right.
Man, so this part, under looking under that, the fucking shot, like with this little ball light. She I don't recall if she heard something or if she just felt something.
The door opened up. Remember that she got up and closed the door.
Yeah.
And in the middle of the night, that's what woke her up. The door opening, like swinging the fuck open. And she looks around and she can hear something comes out. She sees it in the darkness. She sees it. She watches it come towards. So she knew she sees it in the dark, and that was what made her roll the ball underneath the bed. Unfortunately, it scared the fuck out of her when they finally got to where the little thing was.
Yeah, the ball got to his face and she fell out of bed like face first.
And I just knew it was over for her ass.
Oh yeah, because then after that, the little girl, the other girl, the sister, she's in her room, and I think this is actually the part where she was about to try to summon her mom.
You know what? Where she was, what was she doing? She was in her dad's office listening to the tape.
That's what it was. Yes, and then she got
dropped
caught
it
because
in the water and went into the kitchen to dry it off and see if it would still work. And so that's when the little girl appears and she started kicking her ass. Like, bitch, that's a cruel ass joke to play on me because she thought it was her. Oh no.
Nope. I'm gonna say that's another one. So that's a little bit after. So then I don't remember what this is. I think so. I think this is the part where she was trying to summon the mom, and then the sister came in the room.
But no, she did go
it was
down.
like a light. Yeah, the room was light.
Yeah, that was up there. She was still in her room. She came in and she told her she fell off the bed.
Yeah, and then she checked her tooth.
She slept in the bed with her
cracked.
They tried to pull her tooth out that night.
Yeah, because then after that, her tooth was. She's like, "I'll help you."
Yeah.
And then
she
wrapped
goes
it
and
around the
tries to
fucking
pull the
door.
tooth out. Wraps it around her tooth. She wraps it around the thing, and then the little girl's like, "Never mind." So she like, "Cool." She left the door alone, and then that bitch swings closed.
Well, no, she's like, "I'm gonna count down." She was scared. She said, "Please don't hurt me." She's like, "Okay, I'll count it down. Are you ready?" And he's like, "Wait." After she got to 3, she's like, "Wait." He said,
she
"It's
didn't
fine."
even get to 3 though. The little girl
it was like 2.
Stops her.
Yeah, and then she was like,
"Wait."
She
lets the door go. The sister lets the door go. She's not even touching the door anymore.
She's like, "I promise I won't hurt you." It is.
Slams closed, and now the little girl got tears coming out.
Yeah.
the damn demon just yanked the damn tooth out her mouth.
Right, going nuts. So then after this, like, it was like a few little instances and stuff, but like the next like major thing was
not even that. You gotta so she, sings a little lullaby her mom used to sing to them when they were little, whatever. But as she's doing that, the tooth is still on the door on the string.
Yeah.
That's when you see this tooth gets dragged into the crack of the door. It's brought up, and then it's pulled through. And I said, this tooth gonna reappear another time. Because why you want this little girl's tooth?
Oh, and then this one yeah, okay. Yes. Okay. So, but after this, so they like, let's go to, because now she's talking about it and everything that happened, so they take it to the therapist. Mm-hmm. And the therapist like, okay, it's fine. It's just trauma, blah, blah, blah. Let's try this light thing. Mm-hmm. With the flashing light. And I just...
that scene was so scary to me because the black lady was giving creepy.
And she was... Yeah, I was like, something wrong with this bitch. All she was doing was smiling. But it was like the usage of the flashing and the red light, it was done so fucking well. That scene was genuinely scary. Yeah, like it was just like every flash. And then it was like, bitch, you sit down. When she got up and started smiling at her, I was like, why would you do that?
What are you doing? Why are you moving around in the dark?
Why would you do that? You're a child therapist, and this little girl is telling you that she's afraid of the dark and was moving in the dark, and you move in the dark.
And then, so what got me? She lowered the blinds, right, to make it darker. Also, what are those like blackout blinds everywhere in your entire office, girl? Because it's dark in here.
I need one of those.
But then when the time was up for the red light to stop blinking, all of a sudden everything was just on again. I'm like, when them curtains took a minute to go down. This is giving creepy.
But so the thing was like crawling. When she first saw it or looked up, she was trying to. It was like a door in the background, and she thought she was seeing that, and it was like a little cracked open or whatever. She's looking like,
and it was the closet in her office, the same closet from the end of the movie.
Yeah,
it was that closet.
Yeah, so she was looking at it, but it wasn't there. It was. She looked up, and it flashed off, and that motherfucker was just hanging in the corner. I said, "Oh,
whoa,
They started crawling down, like, and then they turned it on, and she fucking peed on herself. I would have been like, oh. Nah,
but in that instance, I would have thought somebody would have at least been attacked. And this is what made me sad about like the kill count, because we at this point we're at least
it was so many like good moments. Yeah,
I'm like, or at least attack her a little bit. But like she peed on herself, and she does have a big sister that really cares about her. I will say that for the most part.
Yeah.
Because she was very like trying to
make her feel like okay about it, like it's fine.
Yeah.
But she also noticed like that's deep.
Yeah.
Wait.
So she like after that scene, the dad comes and picks them up, and the therapist is talking to the dad, and they're getting into this heated exchange, and the little girl can hear it. And so they go home, and she asks the sister, like, you believe me, right? And the big sister, of course, reluctant, like, of course I believe you. Lying like a motherfucker. Which makes her go and actually start researching old dude that came and killed himself at the house. Mm-hmm. Gets his address, asks her, the next day, they're at school. So this is where that scene comes in. Because after they go home, she's in her dad's office. And she is listening to it. That's when she finds the picture of the monster.
And then a voice goes like wild on the tape, and that's when she tossed it in the fucking water. Like, oh shit. Like literally
scared the fuck out of her.
Yeah. And then she goes to try to like dry it off, and then start like working, and then yet again in the fucking corner. That shit. And it was like she went. It was like from the kitchen to the living room, and at the top of the fucking living room or the dining room rather, in the corner, just hanging. And first she saw the eyes in the dark, and she's like, "What the fuck is that?"
Right.
And then like light for light, like she went to open up the fridge. To get like the light.
And it was gone. I said okay. And at that point, it cuts to the little sister in her room.
Yeah, because she's
and she's like, she ends up coming out her bedroom because she thinks it's the sister, and the lights like flicker or some shit, so they go off, and she still has that moon sphere that lights up.
Yep.
So she rolls it down the hallway, and she's like, okay, oof. It rolls, it stops, it's lit up, nothing's down there. And then you just see the light go out.
Another ball
crushing sound.
And it was like another ball came up to her broken. Yeah. From behind. Because she had turned around.
Oh my God, with mind.
Yeah, and she literally turned around, and then it came up. The ball came rolling up to her from behind, broke, and she's like, "Oh shit!" Like, yeah, and that's when she came downstairs and kicked right after the sister saw the shit, and she started hitting her and shit. It's, you playing the joke?
That's a cruel joke
funny.
to play on me, and this, and I'm like, ain't no joke, sis. That was not her.
So yeah, so then she goes to the house the next day and shit, and now she investigating. The house look crazy as hell.
First off, why would you go into this house by yourself? Again, the things that she was doing were typical white people things, and there's just no way some people shouldn't have died in some of these instances with her.
I just knew the Asian girl probably was gonna die in that scene.
Oh, I just knew her friend was about to take an L, dog.
Yeah, she brought her shit. She's like, "What are you buying drugs? What is this house?" I understand that she's been going through some things, but like,
I just want to help. Like, this isn't the way.
But yeah, so then she meet the crazy bitch, whatever, and she just tells her, that's her sister.
But even before she goes, she's looking around the house. She don't really see shit. She leaves her number on the little dry erase board or whatever, and then something makes a noise and makes her go upstairs. Yeah. And at this point, I said again, "What the fuck are you doing? You have no weapons."
Diving deeper into bullshit.
That you have okay, so she goes up the stairs and then all you see are these candles lit in the hallway, and I said, "Who the fuck still lives here? Because where are these candles? I know the monster ain't lighting them."
Homeboy killed herself, so who else here?
Right, so I'm like, who's in the house that's lighting these candles? So please don't tell me it's somebody worshiping this motherfucking thing.
Okay, I didn't even think. Oh, see, I didn't even think about that, but yeah, that's great. My thought was like a witch, so I guess something like that. I was like, oh shit, it's like a witch, somebody like controlling this thing or something.
Right. So I'm like, okay. And then, like you said, she ends up bumping into I don't know if that was the wife.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was the wife. And she, because the way she was talking about it was like, it happened to us. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I told her.
And she said his name, and she's like, oh, what did you do? Like, when she was like, well, my sister had seen it. You know.
And she's like, what did you do? So she tells her everything or whatever. And, she ends up, they were talking in the hallway, and she's like, "Don't move." And of course, I'm gonna get nervous. What you mean? Don't move. Don't turn around. Don't speak. Stay in the light.
Out of nowhere.
Out of nowhere, we were just conversing. Fuck is you talking about? And then she shoots the gun, and old girl, as you supposed to, takes off running, and she runs outside to her friend. And
which pissed me off because she's running out of the car and trying to like grab her and stop her and run. I'm like, bitch, you heard a gunshot.
First off, you heard a gunshot. You got out the car. You should have been in the car when the car started. And drive.
I shouldn't be running past you.
I should be trying to catch up to you. Okay? You should be trying to leave.
Yeah, irritating. So yeah. At this point, she go back home. And the sister, she like tries to ignore the sister, and the sister is like, "You saw it, didn't you? You saw it. You seen it." She's like, "No, just leave me alone right now." She goes. It's her
not
room.
real. Blah blah blah. Like she like basically turns like does a 180 on her sister and tells her like, "Oh, it's not real. Grow up. Get over it." Kind of shit.
And there's another part that was in the trailer, but it still worked. She's like goes to her room, slams the door, and it's like knocking. And she's like, "Seriously, leave me alone." And the knocking get louder and harder. And she turned around to go back to the door, and the thing just burst through the fucking door.
Look, at that point, I said, "Oh," and because we've only seen the thing kill something, and then we hear the dad kind of talk about how he kills the other two kids. Yeah. I'm like, it didn't really talk about possession so much. So I'm like,
that's what I was like. Oh yeah, this is it.
Because my thought was, did he throw the sister's body through the door?
That would have been fucked.
I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
And I definitely thought it was gonna be a possession kind of thing. Because it like started like diving into her mouth and shit like that, like. And she woke up like choking, like because
it looked like a tongue, but then it looked like a big worm thing. Like I didn't know what it was.
I don't know what the fuck.
I was grossed out just with that, and then she wakes up.
Yeah.
I didn't even think it was a dream. Didn't even think it was a dream at all. She wakes up, and that it really did just freak me out because I'm like, ooh, them dreams that feel so weird. Because she started drinking water because she was choking and everything. She almost threw up the water because like,
Yeah, literally. That reminds me of like, my night sometime when I wake up, fucking dry mouth, and I'm like, I need water. But like, if you drink it too quick, your shit dries.
You choking. About to drown and whatnot.
It was probably that fucking meme. Oh my god, I just died. I'm about to do it now. So yes, so that happened, whatever, and by this point, she ends up having her friends over. Later that day, and like come, hang out, whatever. And she's like, man, I smoke. I like the one girl's like, I wish we had some drugs. And I think like
with a whole parent home talking about, I wish y'all had some drugs. Like, what kind of
so also this let me know that she didn't smoke. Like, so she's like, I have drugs. Like, I have drugs, and she pulled out the weed or whatever. It's like, and they're like, oh, we didn't know you smoked. She said, no, it was my mom's. So they all get a little iffy, like, oh, okay. And she's like, yeah, my mom used to smoke. And I'm thinking she about to, do the steps when you smoking at home with a parent. Open up a window, light a little incense or something, put a towel under the door. She ain't do shit. They just lit that.
Nothing was done.
I was like, oh. Because then, like, later, the dad asked, okay, so wait, so no. Okay, I'll do this part first. So then, yeah, they smoking, whatever. And she hit it, and she starts, like, dying. And re-enters, she runs, goes to the bathroom to throw up. And the fucking tooth re-enters the scene. Because she throws up the tooth. And I was like,
yep. Mm-hmm.
Oh, shit. And so that
she pulls out the string, and literally the tooth pops out.
That further cemented my, like, thought of possession. It's like, so
I'm thinking whatever went into her mouth in the dream was maybe that was when they put the tooth in her.
Yeah. But like, why?
When the fuck did she get the tooth?
Yeah, but then it's just like, why? That's my, like, I'm like, I wonder if it was.
Piece threw me a little bit, because I'm like, that was how the tooth was going to reappear? That was a little weird.
But then my only thought, knowing how the movie ends, is I'm thinking now, is that maybe she was the one who was originally the one who brought it into the house, or like, that it felt.
It attached to.
Yeah. Versus the little girl, which is what, we thought or felt like that it was attached to her. Mm. Which makes some sense because she seemed more depressed than a little girl.
I think it was really just attached to the whole family because they was all having trouble one way or another with the loss of the mom. Because even the little girl, like, everyone keeps telling her she's just little. The teenage daughter's getting the same shit from the dad, and dad's acting like ain't shit bothering him.
Yeah.
When it really is fucking him up. So I think he really was just like, oh, I got a whole house. Dinner time.
That's it. So they smoking whatever, she threw up the tooth. And first off, the bitch come in the room with a fucking camera, which pissed me off. I wasn't even recording. I don't give a fuck.
Then what do you need the camera for?
So, anyway. She's like, yeah, can we see the room where the dead guy died?
Again, weird as hell. Why do you want to see that? Y'all morbid as hell.
Morbid as hell. So, but she pissed me off because she's like, okay, yeah, sure. Like, at no point did she slap this bitch in this movie. Well, at this point, she pushed her. Yes. Okay,
no, she slapped her. At that point.
So they go to the room and she somehow ends up in the closet. Like, why did you show? I would have pointed them. This is what you want to see. There you go. Enjoy. I'm not going in there.
Yeah, I don't know if they pushed her in and closed the door.
It was something. Yeah, because that's what I'm saying. I don't fully remember, but I know she ends up in there and then tries to get out. And
the door is closed and it won't open from the inside, and we don't really see the outside. We just know she's in the room with the thing, and the thing is in there with her. Mm-hmm. And she's like, open the door, and you hear them giggling and shit outside the door. So of course I would think y'all were holding the door closed.
Yeah.
So finally the door opens. She comes out. I can't remember what the blonde girl said. But that made her haul off a smack.
She did.
And she deserved all of it.
Every bit of it. She deserved fucking more. She deserved to get goddamn.
And that's oh my God, I can't believe she hit you. Oh my God, she's crazy. Not y'all forgetting what y'all was in here. Y'all don't even like her.
Y'all just want to do this.
No, I think that's what it was. She was like, no one here even likes you, but except her friend. Well, yeah, bitch, because that's her friend. Why are you here if you don't like her?
But you can get out of my house.
Y'all didn't need to come. I could have just hung out with my friend and been fine.
Like, yeah. That was annoying, yeah. So, yeah, now they leave her at the house and then they walked out. And so the part that you said, she was like, you cannot be seen with her again. It's crazy.
Yeah, and I'm just like, bitch, I wouldn't want to be seen with you. If this is how you treat people.
No.
for whatever reason, and so my there's like little to no background about what really happens to mom, and then there's no real background about why they treat her that way.
Yeah.
So I didn't like that. Like, oh, if you gonna introduce some characters, let us know a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, because otherwise it's just giving Mean Girl for no reason, and then she should have died.
Legit. Like,
she should have just fucking died.
Like, we're done. Bye. Hey. Bye, sis.
Because at that point, I thought maybe with them being in there, it would just kind of attack all of them, and then they'll be like,
that would have been.
She did it, and was like, you know, trying to scare everybody type shit and get everybody talking about her or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, they leave out the house, which made me wonder, why is the little girl sitting in the dark playing video games if she's scared of the dark? That wasn't smart.
And I hate to say it, but girl, cause white.
It didn't make sense. It didn't make sense. So she's like looking at everybody leaving. Dad's upstairs arguing with the daughter, but it cuts to the scene with the little girl on the sofa by herself after they leave, and she hears the thing comes downstairs, and so she starts like flickering the gun on the game to brighten up the room. Yeah, and then it goes around, and then she like lays on the couch because she can kind of hear it coming towards the couch.
Oh my god! Really yeah, I forgot this part. Yes. And
it like flips the fuck about that couch, get her the fuck off, and all you see is her body fly into the TV. I said, "Oh shit, is she dead?" Because I mean, she little. That
could have killed her. Yeah. That shit. First of all, it was crawling around the couch. When it was like crawling around the couch at first. Oh, my heart! I was like, "Oh my god!" Like that.
I'm waiting for him to snatch her up or something. Yeah. Like, oh my god, what's about to happen? What's about to happen?
Nuts. That was nuts. Yeah.
But then you know the dad comes downstairs and before that she's telling him like the daughter's like, you won't talk to me. I don't know how you feel because you won't talk to me. And he turned around and looked at her like, damn, bitch, you kind of right.
His therapist brain said, she might be on to something.
She got me there.
Must be a breakthrough.
And then, you know, they hear, I guess, assume that's when it cuts back to the other scene and she goes flying through the TV. Dad comes and scoops her up. They take her to the hospital. Right. The little girl's terrified. She wakes up. She don't know what the fuck's going on. Sister's by her side. She like, what happened? What's good, bro? Like, I'm scared. Yeah. Don't ever take me back to the house. I'm good. And so the sister's like, no, I for real believe you. I've seen it. I think we found, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think it's a way, you know, to make, we got to figure it out. She's like, I'm going to go get dad. I'm going to go get dad. And so the sister, like, bitch, what? Go get who? First off, why y'all keep leaving me alone?
Okay, step one. Stop leaving me alone.
Okay. So she goes and finds dad, who was sitting in this room by himself crying. Nigga, your daughter needs you. Your daughters need you. You in here by yourself crying.
Like,
about how shit is, which is understandable. You know what I'm saying? But damn, nigga, your daughter still needs you too. You can't just shut that down. Like, you're going to have to figure out a way to, you a therapist, you're going to have to figure it out. And he and the daughter's having another heart-to-heart about how he don't really believe the little girl, and it's just a manifestation. She like, no, nigga, I've seen it too. And he looking at her like, not you too, bitch.
So like, no, wait, because this one he was like, this is the part that comes in about like why she didn't do shit with when she smoked in the room. Mm-hmm. He's like, now don't take this the wrong way. But I smelled marijuana earlier. Are you high? Like, wait, are you just?
That's what he was like. Bitch, you was low. You was tweaking. Stop playing.
You ain't seen shit. Your ass is off that shit.
Like, man, basically, he had a reason to dismiss his daughter's concerns and feelings at every turn.
Yeah.
And she like, all right, well, I'm about to figure this the fuck out.
Because she got that voicemail too at the same time from the crazy lady. I figured out how to do it. Come help me. And so she's like, you know what? I'll figure it out myself.
So, in my mind, I'm thinking, did the demon learn how to call people? Is that really her?
Oh, okay. I didn't think about that.
She says that, like, it starts to, you know, it starts to sound like the people, blah, blah, blah. And, so she goes to the house, and, you know, the lady set a trap for her and the goddamn demon thing.
Right.
So I'm not gonna let it hurt you, bitch. Why would you zip tie me knowing I don't have no scissors? I can't get out of zip ties, girl. What you mean? So she like hits her.
I was like, wait, what the fuck? Is she about to sacrifice her?
goes on some shit like that. So she like zip ties her to this, you know, these the little the wooden things in the wall or whatever. And she starts to like shoot it and blah blah blah. She thinks she's killing it, and then it ends up killing her ass. The girl gets free and she zooms it the fuck. She
got the fuck on.
She gets the fuck on, and then she gets the call from her dad about how they're going home, and she like, don't go in the house. Do not go in the house. As soon as he steps on the door, opens the door. As she's saying that, it snatches him and the daughter right the fuck up in the house.
Like, what's up? Yeah.
And at that point, she runs home. Which is, how far did you run home? Because you needed a ride before.
You needed a ride before. Oh, all of a sudden, a bitch is
motherfucking
you say both.
There are questions. There's plot holes. I'm like, but you know what? Whatever. So she's like, I know. Well, I've seen it hurt. We can kill it. She gets home. She finds her little sister covered in Christmas lights because she like, fuck this shit.
Yeah, she's like, haste the light. I'm covered.
She like, where's dad? She like, he took her down there. Took him down there. And she like, well, I'm gonna go save him. I figured, you know, I think I know how to do it. I'm gonna go do it. She goes into the bed, and at some point when she's in this basement, she does see her fucking mama. She actually did see her mother in that basement.
Oh yeah.
And not only that, and this is before the ending of the movie, but there's like a figure she sees. Because at first she thought it was the demon thing, but it ended up being like, I believe that it was her mom.
Yeah, I believe so too.
And they go down there. She, you know, so then the little sister ends up following her because, like, fuck, stop leaving me alone.
Literally stop. Like, it would be so nice if somebody would just stop leaving me. Thanks.
Like, you're not even leaving me nowhere safe. Like, you just leaving me.
He's like, all right, bye. Fend for yourself, girl.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they go into the basement and everything. I think they end up finding the dad. Whatever, you know.
Oof, he was like passed out, and the thing was like on top of him, like trying to eat him or whatever the fuck. And so, like,
so they do something to distract him. He throws the dad into like a wall or some shit.
Oh, and his ankle.
Oh my god, that was like
my heart. I was like, oh fuck. He tried to walk on that bitch,
when he stood up and it just broke from underneath him. Just like I was ready to throw up because I don't like things like that.
That's it. Yeah, that's it. Because I feel like it could happen to me.
Yes, I'm clumsy. I and I was broke.
Oh yeah, because if I fall down or some shit like that, don't try to help me up. I'm done. Keep me down.
So you know, they, you know, get to the dad, try to save him and everything. And, you know, the fight between the thing and the daughter ensues or whatever. It ends up starting to win, starts to be on some dementory shit, sucking the life up out of her. And she's, like, trying to reach for, like, a knife or
so real quick, I have to say, the way that this looked was wild. Because it was, like, the mouth of it had hands coming out of it that pulled the mouth open further, and it was a face in there. It was like, what? But it was already the face. I was like, oh, what the? It was so, that was some really good imagery. That shit fucked me up.
It also reminded me of kind of like Stranger Things, the way the things' mouths open up.
Oh yeah, so like a mix of that and the alien.
Yeah,
the like alien from Alien.
It was like a couple different pieces of a couple different alien kind of monsters.
Because they're also the alien from The Thing. And we saw that, but like that one too.
I have seen that.
There's like a mix of those, but yeah. He tries to suck her soul. She tries to get the fucking thing to stab it, and the dad ends up getting it and stabs it. But that's when it tosses him into that brick wall thing. The other half of the hall, because before it was a wall. Then the second time he kicked him into like a pillar sealed off. Well, so it was like because it was like bricks, but they weren't completed. So it was like a room or something.
Was a thing.
And it cracked his goddamn leg.
Oh my god! So
they tried to help get him up. He had that lighter. He lit like it was coming for the little girl because of the lights. At this point, she tries to run and she accidentally unplugs the Christmas lights.
So I knew that was going to happen at some point because when she first goes downstairs, it focuses, and when her and her sister walks past this box, and as they walking past, the camera stays there, and you watch the box move onto like kind of outward. So I'm like, oh, that box is gonna fall and unplug the fucking lights.
Pitch black, exactly what it was, and then the thing was just about to get them when the dad lit the lighter.
He flicked the lighter.
Yeah. So they went to his body trying to help him up.
Oh my god, that was disgusting.
Still, I
Seriously.
can't.
Like,
Yeah.
But then she knew she had to light him on fire.
Yeah.
They get him into the corner and everything. And she's like trying to light him up. The little sister comes with like the lighter fluid shit. She sprays the little nigga. Here go the sister with the lighter. It will not light. Of course it won't light. Of course it won't light.
Right.
And it ends up lighting like this bright ass flame when she's like, "Mom, please," or some shit like that. And it just lights up this big ass flame and burns up the thing right in that corner. And they all downstairs just watching it, like, you know, start to burn up the little, because at some point when she was at the house originally of the man that killed himself, she noticed like the veins in the wall.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And then when they were in the basement, they were all over the wall in the basement too at her own house. So they're just like watching this shit burn down. I'm like,
hello,
Mr.
get
Nigga
out.
In her, get the fuck out.
Like, maybe let's get out. Yeah.
So they end up getting out and everything.
Husband's out and
just barely, because I'm honestly not believing these two girls carried that big ass man even with adrenaline in that broken ass ankle.
Sure.
But whatever, y'all got out.
Sure.
You got out. And then, you know,
especially from the basement, y'all had to carry him up a flight of steps. It's okay. It's okay. Sure.
It's a movie. It's movie magic.
That's it. That's it.
And then, you know, the next scene is them going to
back to the therapist. Yeah.
And they going together, all three of them. Because you remember she was asking him, like, I really think you should, you know, come to the next session. You should be here.
Yeah.
He like, I ain't ready for that shit. Fuck that.
Fuck that and fuck these kids, basically.
So, like, they all three of them are there. They talking about everything. They do seem happier as a unit and everything. And then now they're walking out, and then you hear the doctor ask the daughter, like, hey, could you come back for a second? Now, why wouldn't you tell your daddy, hey, hold on a second. You don't say nothing. You let them keep walking. You turn around. You come back in. You notice that the closet door kind of comes open a little bit.
Yeah.
And then the therapist pops up and is like, can I help you? And you was like, oh, fuck that, and close the door. And that shit had to crank up because,
What we get? I need no help. Hey.
No, thank you. I just came to close the door for you, girl.
Right.
Came to close the door for you, girl.
And then, you know, voila, the ends. So, I mean, again, I think I thoroughly enjoyed it. Like, I was in this bitch the whole time. Like, I don't jump often, but it was a few of them. I was like, oh, shit. Like, it got me.
It's kind of like how the dark does play a way to startle us. I mean, how many times have we woken up in the middle of the night, looked at that pile of clothes on that chair, and thought it was something sitting there?
Be like,
and had to have our eyes adjust for a second.
Right.
Like,
I turned my TV on real quick. Let me get some light in here.
Like, okay, that's just the jeans I'm wearing.
All right, cool. TV on.
Yeah,
legit. Like, but it makes me want to read the book.
Now I wish I had bought it with all them Audible credits I had.
Like, cause I want to see like how some of these scenes are described.
Oh my god, because the books are always in so much more detail than what you get. Like, they do try to put a lot of detail in the movies and the shows because you do have a nice amount of time, but it's the way words set up imagery.
I think TV shows work better for adaptations versus movies.
Yep. Because they have even more time than a movie does.
Yeah. Because, like, I'm reading well, not anymore, because I left it at the office of my last job that I just got fired from. But Fire and Blood, I was reading that, and, like, I had made it up to season 1 and, like, what's going to be for season 2. And just, like, reading, there's so much, like, more things they could have put into it, but it was, like, and it's crazy to think that how much they did in season 1, and the fact that they could put a little bit more in there. Like, now I won't say too much. Like, they adapted the hell out of that shit.
I would say.
So it feels good to know like what's coming for the second season is, but.
And the fact that like I said, because I also bought that on Audible.
Yeah. Hey,
Fire and Blood. Okay. So I had before the show came out, I had already started listening to it. So watching season 1, like you said, I got through enough of it to know what was going to happen in season 1, and to see the little differences here and there or whatever. But they really did this is what season 8 should have felt like of Game of Thrones had he already.
Had he finished the goddamn book.
Had he finished that series
books are never coming. They are never coming out.
We would have got an awesome season 8.
Jesus.
But
yeah.
seeing how much, and they stuck to it and still made different little changes here and there, but the changes made sense. It made the show better. It made it, you know what I'm saying?
Like the Valerians being black, you know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't something that just it didn't like did take away from the story or anything. You know what I'm saying? Like,
nothing.
But just to hop back into it, yeah. So I really want to read the book just to kind of see some more of the detail in it. But I think what we got was really good. I ended up giving it 3 stars. So I'll say the first one I gave it was watchability and story creativity. Like I didn't get bored at all watching this.
No, I didn't get bored watching it.
I was like, and I was all in. And I thought about the kill count one, and I was like, damn. And I didn't think like the way you put it. I was like, damn. I didn't think about the other deaths that could have happened, like are the ones that we should have gotten. Like honestly, now that I think about it too, a therapist death would have been like in that scene, like because we would have been thinking it was her. So then for it to have killed her, like oh shit, like in that dark, and then the girl see that like.
It was. I feel like there was just moments where even if they didn't die, it could have at least attacked them.
Yeah,
kind of thing. The girl, like, it could have made the whole art studio dark and attacked them all in that room. Ooh, you know what I'm saying? Especially the girl with so much mouth.
I just needed her to go.
Instances where I thought we get a little
Asian friend when she dropped her off, homegirl, when she dropped her off and shit, like her death, like that could have been a death in that part. Like there's a lot of scenes that a death scene like would have worked out, but again, we got some nice shit, whatever.
Yeah, I think maybe reading the book also might give more backstory onto the how he goes about killing, the Boogeyman goes about killing, because they like I said again, there's no real when she goes to the house and she meets with the wife and she
because she doesn't it just like kind of
she don't really fucking know either. She can only tell you her experience with the thing, so it's like
we don't know.
It wasn't like you had this book like think about it and Stephen King. They show us when the new kid goes to the library and he starts researching about all these deaths and then he puts pieces together. That didn't happen with his daughter. Like so, it was just kind of like I'm gonna tell you what happened with me, and then you basing everything off what happened with her, and then there's really no backstory on how he even appeared in the first place.
So or like you made me think about it because this is also like Smile. And that they kind of did that too. Ooh, it's good. It's a metaphor movie again. So like, this one is depression, I believe. And just having like suicidal thoughts and just being in like a really dark place because the people end up killing themselves in this movie. Like once they see the thing, and like days later they like kill themselves in crazy ass ways and just smile at people. And once they smile at you, you have it now. So it's like a suicide disease or something. But like they dive into it further, and so I don't really want to give it away for you. But like they go into like what it is and where it comes from. But yeah, it's some wild ass imagery in that. Think like Bird Box mixed with like.
Because I've seen
like
the
this actually, Bird Box with like the Boogeyman. Yeah. But yeah, so then I obviously didn't give it that or gore because it wasn't as gory. It was a lot of implied violence because even then I can imagine the first death with the baby was probably gory as hell, but like we don't see it. So
yeah, we just saw a little bit of. Matter of fact, that might have been the most blood we saw.
Yeah.
Because even when because I think he like hung himself, and that wasn't blood on her foot. It ended up being paint. Yeah. They had some scratches and stuff, but
it wasn't too much blood. The
gore was very low, but the thriller of it more so was in the story of it all, not so much in what would happen or what happened to people.
I said it's like a testament to Stephen King's ability as a writer too, because I think a lot, like not a lot, there's a nice handful of his stuff that does get bloody, but there's some of his other stuff that doesn't, and it's like not as much of a kill, but it's so effective in the storytelling that you're still on the edge of your seat anyway.
Yep, exactly.
And so I gave it the creativity. Oh, Killer Fear Factor. I gave it that because that shit is actually really terrifying.
No, that thing was creepy. It looked like Doja Cat.
Yeah, like in the demon, like literally in that video, like it looked just like that shit. And it like we said, it's like a mixture of different aliens, and I just I don't know. Lately, as I got older, I was never like scared of aliens for real. Like I watch alien movies all the time. Like I can still watch them, but like as of late, it actually has become like a scary thing to me. Like, oh shit, like, like wait.
Like, wait, they really real.
And if they really try to fuck with us from all these movies, they probably can. Wait a minute. Is this some world shit or is this some ET shit? Like, I want alien friends.
The world. That is the remake with Tom Cruise and Dakota Fanning.
Amazing. I watched that like last week. Was it
I
last week or the
literally
week
watch
before?
it at least, and it's funny because it's such a long ass movie.
Yes,
but at least like once every couple months I watch it.
But you literally stay with it because it's so good. Like everything is just like consistent, and then the story itself. Because the son of that movie pisses me off. I hate the son. I hate him. I fucking hate him. I hate him.
If I could have a list of sons I hate in movies and shows, Carl from Walking Dead and him would be my top two.
Yeah.
Off the top of the dome.
And then so the last star I gave it was cinematography because again it was a lot of good.
They shot it really
shots.
well, especially to not like you don't really get to see it until the end of the movie.
Yeah,
and for a lot of the times when they hide I feel like when they hide the boogeyman whatever, when you finally get to see it, it'd be like a little bit of a letdown. Like
like okay,
not as scary as the not knowing.
And I'll say this is one of the best, if not the best Boogeyman movie, because like there's a lot of different movies named Boogeyman. Mm-hmm. I could think of like 3 off the top of the dome, including this one, but those other 2 alone were not as good, like nowhere near as good as this one. So, yeah, but yeah, the shots were like fucking amazing. So I would definitely recommend anybody to watch this shit.
Oh yeah, I think it's a pretty solid movie. Like, don't go into it thinking slasher film. It's not that. It is
not. Do not expect a lot of blood.
Yeah, it's more on it is on the scary side, but it also has like thriller into it.
Yeah, it's more like a psychological horror.
Yeah.
It's literally
like you said, like the way the therapist, especially with the dad being a therapist, and the way he is already supposed to know how to handle things allegedly. Yeah. So to watch him struggle and not be able to handle his own shit, which turns out to not being able to help the kids handle their own shit, leads them into the situation itself. So
yeah, but that real quick before we wrap up, that does humanize therapists though a bit too. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. That's why I said
because their lives are fucking normal. They go through shit too, and they just have this extra knowledge. Yeah, literally, yeah. They have this extra knowledge piece to help them deal, but that doesn't always necessarily mean that they use it or know how to use it or apply it to their own life. So,
yeah, there's always people that are so good at helping others, but when it's time to help themselves, they're like, "What is it that I'm supposed to be doing?"
I don't know. Ouch.
like I know, but I don't know.
Right, but I appreciate you, love, as always. It's a great time. You're my first to always call for a movie, girl. I got you. But as always, let the people know where to follow you.
You can follow me on Instagram at B Chantel Catering. You can always go on my website as well.
Okay,
and Facebook. All the same thing, B Chantel Catering.
Yes. Well, I appreciate you as always. Have a great day. Feel better. And I love you. Love you.
I'm not gonna hurt you. You didn't let me finish my sentence. I said I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Thanks so much for listening, guys. I appreciate it so much. Don't forget to follow the official Instagram page for the pod, Man of Horror _podcast. And then in all of my social media, there is the link for my Face of Horror page. Please don't forget to vote. You can do a daily vote. You can do paid votes. I'm not asking for paid votes, but that is so amazing. If you do that, I appreciate any and all votes. So thanks again. And until next time, stay spooky, folks. Peace.